Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Vayikra, from Shlishi to Revii. We now are in the Sefer Vayikra that deals with the korbonos, the sacrifices that are makarev us to Hashem, that bring us closer to our God. Between Shlishi and Revii, we have a discussion about the korban mincha. And the korban mincha was a non-meat sacrifice. It was a meal sacrifice. Brought for various sins. And the pasuk says in Perek Beis, pasuk Yud Gimel, it says, "V'lo tashbis melech bris Elohecha me'al minchasecha." You shall not end the covenant of the salt with your God from on your menachos. Al king korbancha takriv melech. Therefore, your korbanos will have salt. So the question is, why is it that the korban mincha, it mentions a bris Elokecha, that it's a covenant to Hashem, but by the other korbanos, it only says that just bring them with salt. So the Ramban, who explains that there are various deep and varied reasons why salt is brought by every korban, but there's also a simpler level of why we have salt at the table for a korban. We have salt by the korban. In fact, we do have salt by the table where we imitate the mizbeach when we have bread, that we dip it into salt to imitate the korbanos. But the Ramban says that the korban is meant to be like the food of kings and princes, and kings and princes would always have salt with their meals, and that's why the korbanos always have salt. However, as the Chassam Sofer explains, that the rule of having salt for kings only applies by meat meals and not by non-meat meals, which would be the type that is a korban mincha. So therefore the pasuk is coming to highlight to us that even though kings and princes don't normally have salt with a non-meat meal, when it comes to korbanos mincha, we do have a bris Elokecha with the salt, and therefore that we highlight the pasuk by making that distinction. Now the chinuch explains that the salt, it comes as something to enhance a meal, to make it perfect. That is, otherwise might be good, but without the salt, it doesn't hit the highest level of refinement. So the lesson to us is also that when it comes to doing a mitzvah, when it comes to doing a good deed, we should always do it in the highest level, in a complete way, in a complete focus, and not miss out on any detail, because if you're missing out on a detail, it won't be elevated to the same high level in the way that a salt enhances a meal. So may we be zocheh to have the return of korbanos soon, quickly, so that we can have the salt with the korbanos, and in the meantime we should do all our good deeds and our efforts in a complete way. Have a wonderful Shabbos and a wonderful week.